Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Triple H sent a message to Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa ahead of the Tribal Combat match on WWE Raw. Reigns and Sikoa will cross paths to decide who is the real tribal chief. Post-WrestleMania XL, Sikoa took charge of the Bloodline and formed his own faction. He recruited Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu to the group, declaring himself the new tribal chief while having the Ula Fala. At SummerSlam, the returning Roman Reigns cost Sikoa the chance to win the undisputed WWE Championship, eventually leading to the OTC reuniting with the OG Bloodline. Taking to his ex-FKA Twitter account, the chief content officer of WWE Triple H hyped up the Tribal Combat match, which will air on January 6th on Raw's Netflix premiere, with a short message. Two halves of one bloodline, two who claim to be the true tribal chief, and in 2 days, a battle for one Ula Fala. In 2 days, Tribal Combat. LFG live this Monday on #WWRaw on at Netflix, wrote Triple H. Sam Roberts discussed the possibility of The Rock interfering during Roman Reigns vs. Solo Sikoa. Wrestling analyst Sam Roberts believes The Rock and Drew McIntyre could interfere during the Tribal Combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Speaking on the Not Sam Wrestling podcast, Roberts stated, "I do think that it's interesting that in the beginning, it felt like The Rock had a possibility of interfering in this Tribal Combat match. And I think that he still does, but now, Drew McIntyre, I think he's just as likely, if not more likely to, either as well as or instead of The Rock, interfere in this match that's going to happen on the Netflix Raw. McIntyre has his sights set on the OG Bloodline. He will face Jey Uso on the January 6th edition of Monday Night Raw. The former WWE champion defeated Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event and has also been involved in segments with Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline. The lights of the arena dimmed as the iconic opening riff of the game blasted through the speakers. The WWE Universe erupted into cheers as Triple H made his way to the ring on Raw. Dressed in his signature leather jacket and carrying a microphone, his face was a mixture of determination and concern. The announcement of a Tribal Combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa had sent shockwaves through the WWE, and Triple H, as WWE's chief content officer, had decided to personally address the situation. As he stood in the center of the ring, Triple H let the crowd settle before speaking. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his deep voice echoing through the arena, "tonight isn't just another episode of Raw. Tonight, we're on the verge of witnessing something monumental. A match steeped in tradition, power, and betrayal. A Tribal Combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa." The crowd buzzed with anticipation as Triple H paced the ring, his words heavy with emotion. "Let's get one thing straight," he continued. "This isn't just about a championship. This isn't just about a victory. This is about family. It's about loyalty, respect, and a legacy that runs deeper than any title in this business. And it's about a bloodline that's been splintering right before our eyes." Reflecting on the bloodline's legacy, Triple H took a moment to let his words sink in before addressing Roman Reigns directly. "Roman," he said, looking straight into the camera, "you've been the face of this company for over 3 years. You've dominated every opponent, solidified your place as the tribal chief, and carried the Universal Championship longer than anyone in modern history. You've created an aura that's nearly untouchable. But let me remind you of one thing. That power came at a cost." The crowd roared in acknowledgement, understanding the gravity of Triple H's statement. "You demanded loyalty from everyone around you," he continued. "From the Usos, from Paul Heyman, and now from Solo Sikoa. And for the longest time, they gave it to you. But loyalty isn't a one-way street, Roman. Loyalty has to be earned and kept." Turning his attention to Solo Sikoa, Triple H's tone softened but remained firm. "Solo," he said, "you're the enforcer, the silent powerhouse of the bloodline. You've been the one Roman has leaned on when things got tough. But now, you've stepped up and made your intentions clear. You're not just Roman's shadow. You're your own man. And this Tribal Combat match isn't just about proving something to Roman. It's about proving something to yourself, addressing the stakes. Triple H paused and let out a deep sigh before addressing the audience. This match, he said, is unlike anything we've seen in WWE. It's not sanctioned. It's not bound by the usual rules. It's a fight for dominance within the bloodline, and it's a fight for identity. But let me make one thing perfectly clear to both of you. There will be consequences. The crowd grew silent, sensing the seriousness of Triple H's words. You think this match will settle everything? He asked rhetorically. You think that after this, the dust will clear, and one of you will emerge as the tribal chief while the other steps aside? That's not how this works. When family fights, the scars run deep, and those scars don't heal overnight. A warning to Roman and Solo. Triple H's expression darkened as he issued a stern warning. Roman Solo, he said, I've been in this business long enough to know how dangerous these situations can get. Pride and ego can destroy everything you've built. And if either of you crosses a line that can't be uncrossed, there will be no coming back. Not for you, not for the bloodline, and not for your legacy. The crowd erupted into chants of "This is awesome," as Triple H's words added even more weight to the upcoming match. The tribal elders weigh in. Triple H then revealed an unexpected twist. I've been in contact with the tribal elders, he said, the audience gasping in surprise. They've expressed their concern about what's happening. This isn't just about Roman or Solo. This is about the entire Samoan dynasty. They've asked me to remind you both of what's at stake. Your family's honor, your culture's heritage, and the future of a legacy that spans generations. The mention of the tribal elders added a layer of gravity to the situation, making it clear that this match wasn't just a personal battle. It was a matter of cultural and familial importance. Triple H's final words. Triple H's voice softened as he delivered his final message. Roman Solo, he said, I've been in your shoes. I've fought my brothers, my best friends, and even my mentors. I've made mistakes that I can never take back. So, I'm asking you, no, I'm begging you, to think about what you're doing. Because when that bell rings, there's no turning back. The crowd fell silent, hanging on Triple H's every word. This tribal combat match, he concluded, will be one for the ages. But remember, the choices you make in that ring will define not just your careers, but your lives. So, make sure you're ready to live with the consequences. As Triple H's music hit, and he exited the ring, the WWE Universe erupted into a mixture of cheers and chants. Fans knew they were on the brink of witnessing history, but they also understood the emotional toll this match would take on Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Backstage, cameras cut to Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa watching Triple H's speech on separate monitors. Roman's expression was one of quiet anger, his jaw clenched as he processed Triple H's words. Solo, on the other hand, looked contemplative, his stoic demeanor betraying a hint of uncertainty. The tribal combat match on Raw promised to be a defining moment for the bloodline. As the WWE Universe waited with bated breath, one question loomed large. Would this match bring the bloodline closer together, or would it shatter their legacy forever? The answer would come when the bell rang, but one thing was certain. Triple H's message had set the stage for an unforgettable showdown.